Hello and welcome to Mark in the Park, a chance for you to find out more about Urbana Park District. Remember, at Urbana Park District, you belong here. I'm joined today by Elsie Hedgspeth, Outreach and Wellness Manager at Urbana Park District. How are you today?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We want to talk a little bit about both sides of your job, outreach and wellness today. First of all, wellness. Why is fitness and wellness so important for Urbana Park District?
Well, I realize it's probably a little heavy this early in the morning to be quoting mission statements and whatnot, but it is part of the mission statement of Urbana Park District to improve the quality of life of its citizens. And I feel we'd be doing the public a disservice if we didn't offer fitness classes, mainly because fitness is one of the amenities that we can offer that really hits upon the physical, the mental, emotional, and the social well-being of our citizens.
So you answered the question a little bit, my follow-up, but you know, there's gyms all over the place. There's softball leagues, there's all sorts of ways for people to get fit, including in our parks. They can go out and take a jog in our park. Why do we offer the fitness programs when people have a health club or a gym or just go out and walk around the block?
Right. So I feel when it comes to gyms and health clubs, and I'm speaking of someone who has worked in these types of facilities and participated in them, I think what sets us apart and why people might want to come to us is just the inclusivity factor and just the factor of guidance, not feeling lost. You can get that with a fitness class, number one, by having the actual instructor guiding you through and helping you along. But when I walk into a fitness club or a gym and I just, maybe I climb on the treadmill or the elliptical, I'm just kind of doing what I know. And sometimes that's not necessarily the best for you. I see a lot of people feeling lost in those types of establishments. So we can offer the compassionate guidance that you need when it comes to your health regimen. So
you could say, and I've felt that too when I've walked into a gym before, like, all right, here's a bank of treadmills, here's a bank of Stairmasters and weightlifting machines and free weights. I don't even know where to start. And there's a bunch of people over there that are really into their weightlifting, and I'm a little scared and embarrassed to go over there and try it.
Right. And I feel a lot of people feel that way. I mean, even myself, I feel a little intimidated in those kind of settings. But when you walk into one of our fitness classes, the instructor will greet you, make you feel welcomed, and will guide you along the process.
And that guidance is so important too, because you can do a Stairmaster all you want, but then there's also upper body strength to work out and also other flexibility and range of motion issues too. So that guidance is really good. So how do Park District instructors guide you through a certain event?
Well, I like to say that you can't know what you don't know. So the instructor is going to know how to vary the workout for you if you keep coming, because most of the time our classes are either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday. So if you're coming habitually, you're going to get a taste of something different at every class. So that's nice, and that's what your muscles need. Just like we're memorizing like our addition and our times tables, and it gets to be muscle memory for our brain, our actual muscles are the same way. So our instructors know how to, build upon that and vary things enough to where you're being challenged. And I also like to say, I'm feeling really heavy on like the motivational quotes this morning, but one of my favorite things to say in relation to not only fitness but anything is, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Okay. And overall, that's why you're coming there. That's why you've sought out fitness and bettering your health in general.
So it sounds like if I would be coming to one of your classes or one of the classes that your instructors teach, I would be challenged, I would be encouraged to push myself, but I don't see any of you wearing the drill sergeant hat during the...
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Every year when the instructors are getting at least an annual evaluation, by the way, if you come to fitness classes, you'll probably see me a lot because I like to drop in and just see how things are going. But during annual evaluations, one of the things that I like to hit upon the most is how are the instructors modifying for those who might not quite be at that level yet? How can we even the playing field so that they're still getting the most out of it possible and still working towards that progression and improvement?
And what types of programs are offered at Urbana Park District fitness programs?
Okay. I have to admit, I'm really proud of our fitness schedule, and I think it tends to really surprise a lot of people when people ask me that question and I pull out our schedule and I say, well, we offer fitness classes out of 4 different facilities year-round, 5 in the summer when we add our outdoor pool. And out of those facilities, we offer yoga, aerobics, high-intensity, tai chi, water aerobics. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, dance-style fitness classes such as Zumba. So we really offer a lot, and those are just the fitness programs contained within our facilities. During the summer, we offer outdoor programs such as yoga hikes where we're utilizing the parks. And then as of recently, we've even partnered with a local company to start offering fitness programs out in our parks strictly for working moms who need to get a workout in with their child in tow.
That's nice, get a workout and you don't have to find a babysitter. And say if somebody was just getting ready to start, you know, they're in their 30s or in their 40s, and maybe they've had a couple of kids, and maybe they haven't worked out in several years, and they were in shape when they were in their 20s, but life has happened, and maybe too many seconds with the desserts and all that. And it's like, okay, I need to get started.
Right.
But I tell you what, if I would do one lap around the track, I'd be wheezing and really out of breath. I just need to start.
Okay.
How does one start? How could the Urbana Help District help you just start?
Well, I like to tell people who come to me with stories just like this, first of all, we work with their schedule to see which of our fitness classes might even fit within there. I talk to them about what kind of exercise they might actually even enjoy, because that's going to help them stick with it. And yes, you can actually enjoy exercise. And then we work with them to find out which classes might work within those constraints. And I always like to say that we have a try before you buy philosophy. So any of our fitness classes you can try once for free. Just to get a taste for it. Is this going to be a good fit for you? Are you going to feel comfortable enough to continue coming back and work on that journey towards better health and wellness? I also have a really good feel for what types of personalities of our instructors are going to mesh well with others. So that's really helpful too. But just getting your foot in the door and making that commitment and taking the jump is truly the first step. And then once you find that place that you can call home in terms of a fitness class, that's my bread and butter. I love it when I see people really just infiltrate and absorb into the class and feel at home.
And I think that's a very important thing too. You take a look at the person's personality and see what a good instructor would be, because to tell you what, you know, if I would start in, I'd be a little shy and embarrassed, like, okay, I have no rhythm, so, you know, the dance classes might not be quite it, and, you know, I don't want to be, you know, 10 minutes in, I don't want to be huffing and puffing and drenched in sweat while everybody else is just, I'm not even warmed up yet. And so it's a good, I'm glad, and it's a good sound that you make a fit for people. So, and there's different levels of intensity, I'm sure, for the beginners who are just very, you know, I'm scared to start, but I'm here.
Right, yeah. I mean, our classes tend to have a varying intensity level, so that's why I always like to ask, you know, what kind of exercise are you interested in? Maybe what kind of prior experience do you have? And then just kind of work it from there. It may take a little bit of trial and error of trying some classes out, but eventually we will get there.
And it sounds like, too, you want to make these classes fun and have a fun, inviting atmosphere to bring people back.
Very much so, very much so. I can safely say that some of our participants have been having so much fun that they've been with certain instructors of ours for over 30 years.
No way.
Way. Yeah.
Just like, all right, we're going to come in and we're going to keep going. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Elsie Hedgspeth is Outreach and Wellness Manager at Urbana Park District, and she's our guest today on Mark in the Park. I'm Mark Schultz, and thanks for joining us. We'll go on here, too, that if people want to try things out, maybe they don't want to buy a whole class.
Right.
You can buy what's called punch passes. Now, we know punch passes for pool or something like that, but you have punch passes for your fitness programs?
We do. We actually have 3 different types of punch passes that vary by the genre or type of exercise that those classes fall into. So we have just a general fitness flexible land pass, we have a yoga Pilates pass, and we have a water exercise pass. And so what that affords you the capability to do is work out according to your schedule, because as I mentioned earlier, a lot of our classes are maybe a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, and you can of course still register for those, but that kind of ties you down to that schedule. So unless you know you can fully commit, like, yes, for those 8 weeks I'm going to be here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at Zumba class. A lot of people just, we're busy. We don't have the capability to really do that anymore. So the punch passes are a great option for those who want to work out but still kind of flex it with their schedule. Another reason that they're also so popular is because when you purchase a Flexi Pass, you get to attend any class that falls under that umbrella. So what I mean by that is if I purchase a water exercise pass, that doesn't just tie me down to deep water aerobics. I can use that punch card to attend any of our water exercise classes. So maybe my schedule flexes enough that, you know, Mondays and Wednesdays I can make it to that class, but then on Tuesdays I can only make it to the shallow water class. I can use that same card to attend all 3 classes.
That's nice, and it gives you choice to sample things. And again, you say like, oh, well, it's an 8-week class, and I would be able to make 3/4 of them at this time.
Right.
But I can make the 25%, so I'm not going to buy it, and I'm not even going to do it. The Flex Pass, you don't have that excuse anymore.
No, you don't. And another great thing about them is that they never expire. So we do have a lot of retired folks that take our classes, maybe some that would even consider themselves snowbirds who aren't here for the winter. They can still feel safe making that investment, knowing that that same card is good once they rejoin us during warmer weather.
That's fantastic. And for a punch card, how would one go about buying them, a punch card?
Right. So in order to purchase a punch card, you would need to come and visit us at the Phillips Recreation Center, which is at 505 West Stoughton in Urbana.
Okay, and then you can buy them in person there, and
yes,
you'll be on your way.
Well on your way.
All right. Now, Elsie, you are also an outreach manager for Urbana Park District, and what is the mission of your outreach department?
To make everyone feel as though they belong. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that it's my bread and butter to help someone find a home. And that extends far beyond just the fitness realm of things. I love Urbana Park District so much, and it's such a wonderful place to play, to learn, and also to work. So it's really the mission of the Outreach and Wellness Department to make people feel as though they belong, and to take the proper steps in order to break down the barriers as to why people might not feel that way, or maybe why they're not engaging with us at a higher level.
And for the people who may not know that you think, oh, well, I drive by Meadowbrook Park every day. I know they're here, and I'll go for a walk in the park, or, you know, I'll sign my kids up for youth soccer. But there's some people that maybe we haven't reached, or believe it or not, they may have lived here, but they don't know exactly what the Park District is. It's more than pretty parks. So you want to, in order to reach out for everybody to belong here, you also need to have a diverse set of programs. So I think what people need to realize, and I'd like to ask you about, to expand on a little bit, is the diversity of programs. There's thought when you make these programs. There's not just, oh, we'll just do that, or oh, we'll just do that. That sounds like fun. What's the thought process in making sure when you make a program that everybody is invited in?
so much goes. How much time do you have, Mark?
We'll roll it. We'll
So much goes into thinking about how we can make the programs more inviting and more welcoming and diversified in terms of what we're offering by interest and ability level. So within the park district, I think, like you said, a lot of people will drive by Meadowbrook Park and, yeah, sure, they know us because we have great and beautiful parks, which is wonderful, but they may not know that we have an entire athletics division or aquatics division or a really great environmental programs division, fitness classes, or even community programs, which is rather expansive. They may not know we even offer those things, or they may not even know that within those beautiful parks, we host several special events and programs that are free of cost that they could be participating in. So it's really, for me, number one, about getting the word out a little bit more to those who may not be engaging with us in any of those capacities.
You've been in this role for a couple of years. Do you have a interesting or a fun story about a success story that you've gone out and brought people back in, or have you had an aha moment as somebody said, oh, I didn't even know about this?
So I'm not like always wheeling and dealing, but I'm always out to promote the park district. And so it's really funny. You know, I teach a yoga class at Brookins Gymnasium just for Brookins employees, just as a fun Friday thing to do. And I'm always using that as a venue to, hey, did you guys know we have this going on? And just then the sheer number of aha moments that the employees there have had, they're like, wait, you offer this? Can I have flyers? Can I have more literature? Of course. Yes, let me tell you more. Come out and experience it. And then when I'm actually out at the events or programs that I'm giving them flyers for and they come, it's just, I do my very best to let them know like how excited I am that just by simply handing them that flyer, like the follow through was there and they're now out with their family enjoying the program or event.
That's got to be so much fun. And makes it feel like, all right, we're getting the job done.
Right? It's so fulfilling. It's wonderful.
That's great. That's great. And as we wrap up here, what is the one thing you want people to remember when it comes to Urbana Park District? Or two or three.
Or two or three. It's like you know me. I mean, first and foremost, the tagline is true. You belong here. So if I accomplish nothing else, even within the fitness department or overall in outreach, I want people to engage and feel as though they belong here. Bottom line.
And there is something for everybody.
Whether you're playing, whether you're learning, or whether you're even an employee for us and you're working here, we want you to feel as though you belong.
Well, Elsie, thank you very much for your time today, and I'm sure people will see you all throughout the community.
Everywhere.
Reaching out to the community, and maybe even they'll see you in a fitness class.
Let's hope so.
All right, thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks, Mark.
Elsie Hedgspeth, Outreach and Wellness Manager, has been our guest today on this edition of Mark in the Park. Remember, at Urbana Park District, you belong here. I'm Mark Schultz. Thanks for joining us.